Now, it's no secret that on this YouTube channel, we really like building piston houses. I personally absolutely love them, and the good news is that you guys seem to really enjoy them too. So today, I thought I would take on the challenge of trying to create a full piston house within one chunk. All of the redstone, everything has to fit within a 16 by 16 area. It was really tough. It was really challenging, but I'm actually pretty happy with the end result. So let's get things started with the exterior of this thing. As you can see, we're in a spruce wood forest. We've got lots of lovely dark trees dotted around, and I thought I would fit in with this vibe by building almost like a forest lodge. So we've got lots of spruce wood, we've got all these lovely dark colors here, and then for the roof, cobblestone. Cobblestone is definitely the way to go for me. I know it's a bit controversial, some of you really hate cobblestone, but I personally think it looks really good in these sorts of situations. And as an added bonus, we also kind of have a homage to the mustache on the front of the house. It's always good if you have a homage to a mustache on the front of your house. But anyway, aside from that, we've got bushes dotted around, we've got these nice window features, we've got a few buttons which do absolutely nothing on the side of the house, they just look cool. And if we pop around here, you can see we've got a pond, and also some slime blocks and some slabs, and then some mine carts. Now I know this looks a little bit strange, and that's because it is a little bit strange, but it's probably one of my favourite things about this entire piston house. Can't wait to show you. Now I know what you're thinking, this is a redstone house, I bet there's some form of really cool entrance. No, not today. We just have simple pressure plates running into these two wooden doors, but once you get inside, we have a whole bunch of different redstone contraptions. I don't actually know where to start. I suppose, I should give a quick show around. So we have a little sofa, we've got a red rug going through the center, we also have our TV, we've got a fireplace and everything like that. So let's take a look. Well, first things first, we have ourselves a working TV. So that has switched it on, and then when we hit the button once again, it switches it off. It's a little bit of a crude redstone mechanism, but I'd say it's a nice detail to have. Just opposite the sofa, we have got the next redstone contraption, which is actually what allows us to go into the upstairs area of the house. So you can see there's no ladders or anything like that in here. That wouldn't be high tech enough. What we've got is this lever, which allows us to extend up all of these stairs. Now this was a pretty complicated redstone contraption to create, especially with the size limits that we had. We had to build triple piston extenders, and we had to use some slime block mechanics as well, as you can see right there, but that extends up these stairs so that we can make our way into the top section. Now up here we've got some of the regular stuff. We've got a bed so that we can sleep at night. We have a few redstone contraptions which I'll come to later on, but one that I personally really like is the mobile storage system. So if we quickly pop down to the bottom here, you can see that we have this minecart chest down at the bottom. This is where we're going to be storing a lot of our essential items. Now, if we want to access those from upstairs, say we're working on something upstairs, then all we have to do is extend out our staircase, and then we can hit this button right here, and that will push our minecart chest upwards so that we can actually gain access to it from the upper floor. It's really cool, and also was massively difficult to wire in because both of these circuits here, the double piston extender circuit that's controlling this, and also this transmission circuit, just go right the way through the center of a lot of fairly complicated redstone builds. I mean, you can see the mess that's going on down there. Aside from that, over off in this direction, we've got our toggleable fireplace system. So if things are getting a little bit chilly in our forest lodge, then we just have to flick that lever there. That will activate our fire, and then when things get a little bit too hot in here, or for example, our rug sets on fire, then we just flick the lever off once again, and that will switch everything off, which has just reminded me, I don't actually know if I've got fire tick disabled on this world. I should be really careful because all my redstone's built out of wool. Now that that's all sorted, let's make our way through into the garage. And this is another set of pretty complicated redstone contraptions that take up one heck ton of space. So what we have to do is we need to get ourselves a minecart that will make its way onto this piece of compressed ice. We can then stand inside that minecart and hit this button, and that will allow us to exit the property, as you can see right here. We make our way across, we jump over the pond, and then we head off into the distance, and then everything closes up behind us. So there we go. That is the garage door and also exit mechanism working perfectly. I mean, can you imagine if you had a system like that in your own house? The inspiration for it was actually Wallace and Gromit. In Wallace and Gromit, they had a pond that flips over as they drive over it. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to pull that off, but I actually think this is cooler. I mean, can you imagine driving out your garage and being launched over a pond? It'd be hilarious. But your car probably wouldn't last that long. It would definitely get destroyed in the process. Anyway, heading back upstairs once again, we have got the standard armor stand equipping station. You know, I wasn't going to involve one of these things in the piston house, okay? I was going to flat refuse to, but I thought to myself, it wouldn't be a mumbo jumbo piston house without one of these things. There we go. Nice and fresh, looking just as good as that armor stand. Now, if we just pop up inside this area here as well, I thought it'd be pretty good. You know, we have wolves in these areas of the world. I like to think, anyway. It would probably be good to have some form of lookout tower so we can just keep our eyes out. We don't want any bears or anything like that coming by as we open up our door, so this will allow us to scout out the location and look for any possible dangers. Another contraption that I couldn't possibly do without is some form of hidden armory station. We place down a redstone torch that will break the redstone torch and it will drop us down into this area here, which is fully equipped with 4 shulker boxes that we can fill up with all sorts of precious items that we don't want anyone to know about. Because of course, if someone sees a house, they're going to go straight in there, they're going to loot all the chests, but they're probably not going to notice this little hidden area down underneath. And obviously, once we're done, we can just place the redstone torch once again and we pop back out onto the surface. You guys know that I love this sort of thing. So there we go, that is the one chunk piston house in all of his glory. Now before we take a look at the redstone behind this thing, I want to issue you guys a bit of a challenge. I've seen what you're building, some of you are incredibly impressive at both building and also redstone, and I think you could build a much cooler one chunk piston house than what I've done right here. So I want to issue you a bit of a challenge. All of the details will be down in the description, but the main gist of it is I want you to go and build your own one chunk piston house. I then want you to upload a video of it onto YouTube, putting the world download down in the description. I will then take a look through all of the responses and I will pick my favorites and include them in a nice video. I hope all of that made sense, and as I say, I'll put all of the finer details down in the description, so make sure to read all of those very carefully. But anyway, as you may notice, the ground has now disappeared from underneath my feet. We are no longer in the forest, we are now in the redstone world. This is where I actually designed this thing, and as you can see underneath it, we have got a large mass of spaghetti wiring. There are a whole ton of redstone circuits going on underneath this thing, and you may start to understand why I sort of struggled to fit lots of redstone contraptions into this build. It's because just some of these circuits are so big, and when you're working with just a 16 by 16 area, it can be quite difficult to fit it all in. It really was a massive challenge, and as I say, a lot of these circuits are almost plopped on top of one another. For example, a lot of this yellow circuitry right here is the circuit that controls the piston staircase. So this staircase right here that pops up, that is all done by this circuit right here. It's pretty big and it could definitely be made a lot more compact in hindsight, but that's because I actually had to wire around a number of different things. For example, you see this redstone block? This isn't actually part of that circuitry. That is part of the circuitry which hooks up our mobile storage system. So this button right here that you can see, which allows us to activate the moving storage system, that actually goes straight through the center of our staircase circuitry. It goes right the way down the center, extending out this redstone block. It then runs into this orange redstone line, then runs across like this and goes into its own double piston extender, which is off in this direction, which is also kind of fitted in between all of this redstone circuitry. So there's the staircase, and then here is the double piston extender, which is dealing with the extension of our little minecart. I mean, it's quite impressive that some of these circuits actually work together. Another thing that I found personally quite challenging was the garage setup. I wanted this to work perfectly, but it was really tricky. I'd never built anything like it before. So what we had to do is we had to dispense a minecart and have it land on top of the compressed ice. That's the easy bit. It's just a button on top of the dispenser with a powered rail. But then the next bit was tricky. What we had to do was have a triple piston extender which pulls this door down. We then needed a delay, and then we needed the launcher, and then we needed to make sure that our compressed ice doesn't actually get pulled back by this slime block. So you can see this moves out of the way, then this re-extends back across, and then we also need to make sure that the minecart actually makes it onto the minecart rail and gets launched up over the top of the pond, making use of some more slime block launcher mechanics, and all of this led to some very big circuitry down underneath. So you can see this is the triple piston extender with the 3 pistons going on there. This is all of the delay circuitry for our launcher mechanisms, and then out the front we have got all of the minecart launcher stuff as well. It's all kind of slapped in. It's crazy. Now, one redstone contraption that I thought I'd throw in at the end without too much planning was our armory system. I thought that would be easy, and boy oh boy was I wrong. Just to do this simple double piston extender in the vicinity of this redstone circuit with our redstone torch key so close, and also the circuitry for our TV being so close as well, was a massive headache. And you can see it's all been extended down here. We've got redstone torch towers to power a large quantity of the double piston extender. Basically, a lot of this build just involved a lot of headaches. Just one heck ton of headaches. But anyway, I hope that you enjoyed it. If you did, please hit that like button. And if you really loved it, then make sure to subscribe. But thanks for watching, guys. This has been Mumbo, and I'm out. I'll see you later. Oh, and as per usual, check out the latest film on the filming channel. Link will be on the end screen. I think you'll enjoy it.